Good morning, wrestling fans. This is Mike with another edition of Wrestling Talk, Random Wrestling Talk. Let's see, and this is my WWE Extreme Rules projected match card. So, last pay-per-view, there was 10 matches. So, 5 from Raw and 5 from SmackDown. So, I propose this. So, they already announced at the start of the show on Raw this past week, Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax in a rematch. So, you got that. So, I suppose on the Raw side of this card, you got the upcoming tag team title match for the Raw tag team division. It's the Deleters of Worlds versus the B team, Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas. And then, now this could be something interesting. Either we could see an Intercontinental title rematch, the rubber match between Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler. 2, maybe we could see Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins for the Intercontinental Championship at Extreme Rules. Or we could see the returning Dean Ambrose teaming up with Seth Rollins versus Ziggler and McIntyre. But WWE could also save that for SummerSlam. So, then, in a grudge match, you got Kevin Owens versus Braun Strowman. I'm pretty sure that's going to be an extreme hardcore match. Because if you get it, the theme here is extreme. So, so you got that. And then it's either you're going to see either Sasha Banks versus Bayley, or you're going to see a multi-women match to determine who faces Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam, unless it's going to be Ronda Rousey versus Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss, a triple threat. But I think we're not going to see Sasha Banks versus Bayley. I think that's going to be at SummerSlam. So there you go. And the Raw, the multi-person Universal Contenders match. So you got Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley versus Elias versus Baron Corbin versus Jinder Mahal. Maybe you might include Bobby Roode and Finn Balor. Or else maybe those two will go one-on-one on the kickoff show. I don't know. Or maybe Jinder Mahal will take on Bobby Roode and Finn Balor, and whoever wins qualifies for the multi-person contenders match. I don't know. It could go either way. Oh, boy. So, then for the SmackDown side, you could tell that there's going to be a feud between Jeff Hardy and Shinsuke Nakamura. So, I think this is going to be for the U.S. title, whatever stipulation it'll be. Maybe it'll be a hardcore match. Maybe it'll be a ladder match. Who knows? But that will be for the U.S. title. That's match 1 for the SmackDown side. Then you got maybe a return match between Carmella versus Asuka. Maybe it'll be a 2-on-1 handicap match. Or maybe it'll be a tag team match. Maybe the SmackDown Women's title will be on the line in a tag team match. Anything's possible. Then I added this one. Becky Lynch versus Naomi versus Peyton Royce versus Billie Kay versus Lana versus Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville to challenge Carmella at SummerSlam. You got that. Which, next, I got Samoa Joe versus Daniel Bryan. Probably the Miz will interfere in that one, setting up a match versus Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam. And then the main event for SmackDown, AJ Styles versus Rusev. You know AJ Styles is going to win. So, that's my thoughts on SummerSlam. Extreme Rules, excuse me. Which, brings me to last night, because last night I was on the Fortune 4 Shooters Hangout live stream on the Fortune 4 Shooters channel, YouTube channel. So, and we were just talking about WWE and especially what's coming up at SummerSlam, because with Braun Strowman holding the Money in the Bank briefcase, the contract. He could, so let's say it could go either way. If Bobby Lashley wins, if he beats Brock Lesnar, then out comes Braun Strowman. He catches it in on Bobby Lashley. Strowman is the new Universal Champion. And then the fans will say, WWE is racist, man. They give this Bobby Lashley a title shot just when you think it's their guy. They change it around. So but you know what though? They're going to do the same thing if Roman Reigns wins this. So let's say Roman Reigns beats Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship at SummerSlam. Here you're thinking, finally, WWE's got it right. Or is it just too good to be true? So, like maybe Roman Reigns celebrates for a minute as the Universal Champion. If you picture this, then you hear out of nowhere Strowman's music plays, and here he comes, and then like right before Brock Lesnar gets out of the ring, he F5s Roman Reigns for good measure. Roman Reigns doesn't know where he's at. He gets running power slammed by Braun Strowman. 1, 2, 3, ding ding. Braun Strowman is the new Universal Champion. So there you go. I could even set up the SummerSlam card too if you want. EA, better yet, I could even do Survivor Series for you. Okay, I could do that. So, with the Raw main event for SummerSlam set up, which I just made right there, let's see, you got the upcoming whoever faces AJ Styles at SummerSlam for the WWE title. It could be a multi-person championship match. Maybe it could be a Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles. That's what I was expecting, because he was my pick. Samoa Joe was my pick to win the Money in the Bank briefcase. But WWE, they screwed that up, because I wanted it to be SmackDown having their own men's ladder match and Raw having their own men's ladder match. See, that's why I got AJ retaining anyway, which brings me to, let's see, then you got the U.S. title. If not Samoa Joe facing AJ Styles, maybe you got Jeff Hardy versus Samoa Joe versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the U.S. title at SummerSlam. You got that. Or maybe, just maybe a tag team title match. What if you paired Daniel Bryan and Jeff Hardy versus the Bludgeon Brothers? I'm pretty sure Daniel Bryan is hot after he got attacked by the brothers during that gauntlet match this past Tuesday on SmackDown. You got that. Oh, damn. What else you could do? Or else you could just do Shinsuke Nakamura versus Daniel Bryan versus The Miz versus Samoa Joe versus Jeff Hardy for the U.S. title. You could do that too. Let's see. For the maybe have a multi-challenger, SmackDown Women's Championship match. Maybe you include the new talent, the new call-ups like the Iconics, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Maybe add Naomi. Maybe add Becky Lynch. Shit. Excuse me. Up next, you got the Intercontinental title match. So it could either be. So you got either these three could be Intercontinental Champion. Either or else it's going to be a tag team match. Either Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose takes on Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler at SummerSlam in a tag match, or you got Dolph Ziggler. No, Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins at SummerSlam for the Intercontinental title. You got that. Yeah, that could be a doozy. That could be a barn burner right there. Next, the Raw Women's Championship match. I got this one. This one's going to be a triple threat. You're going to see Ronda Rousey versus Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss. Then whoever faces the... Or... Oh, this would be interesting too. I don't know who would face the Deleter of Worlds at SummerSlam for the tag team titles. Maybe it could be Bobby Lashley and Bobby Roode taking on the Deleter of Worlds. Maybe it could be Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre for the tag team titles. Maybe Kevin Owens and Elias. See, that kills me. They really killed the Raw. I think that they killed the Raw tag team division by switching up. That superstar shakeup ruined everything. Oh, boy. Next up, wow. Now this one, I could first. Let's see, Survivor Series. Wow, this one would be a doozy. I got for the Raw Women's Champion versus the SmackDown Women's Champion. If it's Carmella versus Alexa Bliss, I got Alexa Bliss winning. U.S. Champion, either Jeff Hardy or Shinsuke Nakamura versus Dolph Ziggler or Seth Rollins. You could book that. The tag team champions, I got the Deleter of Worlds versus the Bludgeon Brothers. To be honest with you, for both brands, SmackDown and Raw, I really don't think the tag team titles are changing hands anytime soon. I really don't think they're high on the WWE's really high on their tag teams right now. So they're just going to leave it as the two.